So, dear students, yesterday we were studying batteries. What are batteries? Batteries are the portable source of electricity. So, batteries are the electrochemical cells which are used as portable source of electricity. So, in batteries there are two types. One is primary batteries and number two is secondary batteries. Primary batteries are the batteries which cannot be recharged. They will become dead after some time. Here the cell reaction takes place only once. So such batteries are called primary batteries. Example for primary batteries: dry cell, mercury cell, etc. Coming to the secondary batteries, batteries which can be recharged by passing electricity in the opposite direction and can be used for so many days repeatedly are called secondary batteries. So, examples for secondary batteries: lead acid batteries or lead storage batteries, which are used in automobiles, trains, inverters, UPS, etc. are secondary batteries. And also nickel cadmium cell is also a secondary battery which can be recharged. So today we will study in detail some of the primary and secondary batteries. So primary batteries. In primary batteries, first we will know about the dry cell. Write a note on dry cell or Leclanché cell. Dry cell or Leclanché cell. Dry cell, as you know, it is used in torches and in wall clocks, etc. It consists of the anode. Anode is the cylindrical zinc container. The outer surface of dry cell is the anode and it is a cylindrical zinc container, and the cathode is a graphite rod at the center. Graphite rod surrounded by the paste of manganese dioxide and carbon powder, and in between anode and cathode there is an electrolyte. The space between the anode and cathode is filled with the paste of ammonium chloride and zinc chloride. So here is the diagram of dry cell. So here the anode is the cylindrical zinc container. So this one is anode. Cylindrical zinc container is anode. So it is negative sign because oxidation takes place at anodes in galvanic cells. And what is the cathode? At the center of this cylindrical container there is a graphite rod. This is the graphite rod which is the cathode. Around the graphite rod or the cathode there is a paste of manganese dioxide and carbon powder. So this is the paste of manganese dioxide and carbon powder. So in between this anode and this cathode there is electrolyte which is the paste of ammonium chloride and zinc chloride. This is the electrolyte. So cathode is the graphite rod surrounded by manganese dioxide and carbon powder. Then there is electrolyte which is the paste of ammonium chloride and zinc chloride, and it is surrounded by the cylindrical zinc anode. The anode and cathode are separated by plastic insulator. They should not touch with each other. So therefore this is the plastic insulator, and above this graphite rod there is a brass cap. So this is about the description of dry cell. So in dry cell, zinc curb is the anode and graphite rod at the center is the cathode. This cathode is surrounded by the paste of manganese dioxide and carbon powder, and in between this cathode and anode there is a paste of ammonium chloride and zinc chloride which acts as electrolyte. The anode and cathode are separated by a plastic insulator, this is the cover, and there is a brass cap at the tip of cathode, and this is the description of dry cell. Coming to the electrode reactions. So at anode, what happens? Oxidation takes place. Which is the anode? Zinc. Zn gives Zn2 plus 2 electrons. So this is oxidation. And then at cathode, 2 MnO2 plus 2 NH4 plus 2 electrons. So here it is reduction. So what happens? 2 MnOOH plus 2 NH3. So what is the overall reaction? So overall reaction of the cell. So electrons gets cancelled. Overall reaction is Zn plus 2 MnO2 plus 2 NH4 plus gives Zn2 plus 2 MnOOH plus 2 NH3. So this is the overall reaction of dry cell. So you may be asked, which is the anode in the dry cell, which is the cathode, which is the electrolyte, what is the anode reaction, what is the cathode reaction, what is the overall reaction. So here zinc ions combine with ammonia molecules to form complex ions, namely Zn, NH3, 2 plus. So these are the complex ions. So what is the cell potential? So cell potential of dry cell equals 1.5 volt. The cell potential or EMF of dry cell is 1.5 volt. So this is about the description of dry cell. So in the examination you will be asked, write a neat diagram of dry cell. You have to note down the dry cell, which is the anode, cylindrical zinc container, which is the cathode, which is the electrolyte, what are anodic reaction, cathodic reactions, overall reactions, and what is the EMF of dry cell. The second primary cell, namely mercury cell. Write note on mercury cell. Mercury cell is also called as mercuric oxide dash zinc cell. Mercuric oxide or zinc cell. So mercury cell, as I have told you, is a primary cell. Write down, mercury cell consists of number 1 the anode zinc dash mercury amalgam. Zinc dash Hg means mercury amalgam. Paste of zinc and mercury is called zinc mercury amalgam. The cathode is the paste of mercuric oxide HgO, mercuric oxide plus zinc oxide, paste of mercuric oxide and zinc oxide. So anode is negative, cathode is positive. And then what is the electrolyte? Electrolyte is the paste of potassium hydroxide and zinc, paste of potassium hydroxide and zinc oxide. This is carbon powder, paste of mercuric oxide and carbon powder. And here electrolyte is the paste of potassium hydroxide and zinc oxide. This is zinc oxide. So this is the electrolyte. So mercury cell consists of the anode zinc or mercury amalgam, cathode paste of mercuric oxide and carbon powder. Electrolyte is the paste of potassium hydroxide and zinc oxide. Then what are the cell potential? Cell potential or EMF of the cell equals 1.35 volts. And then what are electrode reactions? So at anode what happens? Zinc undergo oxidation, zinc bar Hg, this is zinc amalgam plus 2OH minus gives ZnO plus H2O plus 2 electrons. So this is oxidation at anode. At cathode what happens? HgO plus H2O plus 2 electrons gives Hg plus 2OH minus. Then what is the overall reaction? Overall reaction of the cell. So here H2O get cancelled, electrons gets cancelled, this gets cancelled. What is the overall reaction? Zn bar Hg, that is zinc amalgam, gives plus HgO gives Hg plus ZnO. Hg plus ZnO. So since this reaction does not contain any ions, which depends upon the concentration, the cell potential remains constant. So note, since this reaction means cell reaction does not contain any ions in bracket which are concentration dependent. The cell potential remain constant. So this is about the second primary cell, namely mercury cell or mercuric oxide dash zinc cell. So mercury cell, which are used in watches, which are button cells. Here the anode is this one, zinc mercury amalgam. Cathode is paste of mercuric oxide plus carbon powder. Electrolyte is the paste of potassium hydroxide and zinc oxide. So the cell potential is a little lesser than the dry cell. It is 1.35 volts. So electrode reactions at anode, oxidation takes place. At cathode, reduction takes place. The overall reaction, zinc plus HgO gives Hg plus ZnO. Since this reaction does not contain any ions which are concentration dependent, the cell potential remains constant. So now let us study secondary batteries. As I have told you, secondary batteries are the rechargeable batteries. They can be recharged and they can be used number of times. So under that we will study. First one is lead acid battery or lead storage battery. Write note on. This battery is very important. Dry cell is also very important. Write note on lead storage battery. It is also called as lead acid battery. Lead acid battery. So lead storage battery consists of 6 cells connected in series. So this battery consists of 6 cells connected in series. So each cell consists of the anode. So in each cells you have to remember which is the anode, which is the cathode, what are the electrode reactions, what is the cell potential. Anode, here the lead grid means it is a depression, a hole type, a lead grid filled with spongy lead. So the anode, here it is negative sign. The anode is the lead grid. Grid means it is a depression like this. It is filled with spongy lead like that. So this is a grid of lead filled with spongy lead. And then what is the cathode? Cathode is positive. Here also the lead grid filled with lead dioxide, that is PbO2. And what is the electrolyte? So You know, in your UPS or inverter there is a big battery which is heavy. So here that is a lead storage battery. You might have observed these lead storage batteries in your motor vehicles like cars, motorbikes, buses, etc., and also in your homes, UPS batteries, etc., which are very heavy. Here the anode is the spongy lead and cathode is the lead dioxide, which are filled in lead grids. Electrolyte is 38% aqueous solution of H2SO4 sulfuric acid. So 38% sulfuric acid is used as an electrolyte. So what is the cell potential? Cell potential of each cell in lead storage cell is equal to 2.05 volt. Then what are electrode reactions? So here what are the electrode reactions during discharging or when the cells are working? Electrode reactions when the battery is working means discharging. So discharging means electricity is withdrawing from the cell. What is the electrode reactions? When the battery is working or discharging, or electricity is coming out of the cell. So at anode, so what is the anodic reaction? So there is Pb plus SO4 2 minus gives PbSO4 plus 2 electrons. So this is the anodic reaction. At cathode PbO2 plus SO4 2 minus plus 2H plus 2 electrons. So here it is 4H plus 2 electrons. You will get PbSO4 plus 2H2O. So what is the overall reaction? So overall reaction Pb plus PbO2 plus H2SO4 gives 2 PbSO4 plus 2H2O. This is the overall reaction. So Pb plus PbO2 plus H2SO4, 2H2SO4, PbSO4, 2PbSO4 plus 2H2O. So this is the overall reaction when the battery is working or discharging. Electricity is coming out of the cell. So what happens? So this is the anode, cathode, electrolyte, cell potential. Electrode reactions when the battery is working or discharging. This is the electrode reaction. So when the cell reaction takes place, write down next line. When the cell reaction takes place, comma, the concentration of H2SO4 goes on decreasing, and the density of the electrolyte decreases, goes on decreasing. So therefore, when you go to charge the battery, they will tell that density is decreased, then they will add more concentrated H2SO4. So this is about the reactions during which the battery is discharging. So then electrode reactions when the battery is charging. So lead storage battery is a rechargeable battery, is it not? So when the battery is discharging electricity outside, these are the reaction. When the battery is charging, so what are the reactions? When the battery is charging or not working, the electrode reactions are reverse reactions. Electrode reactions are reverse reactions. So what happens at anode? So at anode, what is the reaction? You have to reverse this reaction. PbSO4 plus 2 electrons gives Pb plus SO4 2 minus. So similarly at cathode, you have to reverse this reaction. PbSO4 plus 2H2O gives PbO2 plus SO4 2 minus plus 4H plus 2 electrons. So then what is the overall reaction? During charging. You will be asked, this is very important, overall reaction during charging is the reverse of overall reaction during discharging. Overall reaction during, this is discharging. This is the overall reaction during charging. You have to reverse this reaction. So namely 2PbSO4 plus 2H2O. 2PbSO4 plus 2H2O gives Pb plus PbO2 plus 2H2SO4. So this is the overall reaction during discharging. This is the overall reaction during discharging. This is the overall reaction during charging. So these two reactions are very important in lead storage batteries. So coming to the uses of lead storage battery, it is used in automobiles, trains, UPS, inverters, etc. Coming to the uses of dry cell, it is used in torches, comma wall clocks, comma TV remotes, comma etc. So these are the uses of dry cell and this is the use of lead storage battery. So lastly we will study another secondary battery, namely write note on nickel cadmium cell. So this cell is more durable than lead storage battery but of little expensive. It is more durable than lead storage battery but of expensive, but it is costly. So it consists of nickel cadmium cell consists of the anode. Which is the anode here? Solid cadmium is used as anode. Anode means negative. The cathode that is positive. Solid nickel hydroxide NiOH thrice. Nickel hydroxide is the cathode. And what is the electrolyte? So here the electrolyte is potassium hydroxide solution. So in this cell, electrode reactions are not necessary. Straight away I will give you the cell reaction. So cell reaction is cadmium plus nickel hydroxide gives cadmium oxide plus nickel hydroxide. Nickel OH thrice is converted into nickel twice, NiOH twice plus H2O. So cadmium undergoes oxidation, nickel hydroxide undergo reduction. So this is the overall reaction. So this cell is not so important. So first you know what is anode, what is cathode and what is the cell reaction. So that's all. So in these cells I have explained 4 cells, namely primary cells and secondary cells. In primary cell, dry cell and mercury cell. So among these two, dry cell is very important. In secondary cells, lead storage battery and nickel cadmium cell. Among these two, lead storage battery is very important. They will in each cell learn which is the anode, which is the cathode, what is the cell reaction, what is the EMF. So these things are very important.